Well, good morning, everyone. How are you today? It's Rob. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I got a surprise visit here this morning from my pup, Sparky. I was getting ready to close my door, and he's standing outside the door, kind of snorting a little bit. Sparky, say hi to everybody. Kind of snorting there a little bit, like he wanted to come in, and let him in, brought his bed in. Now, of course, he doesn't want to stay any longer. He likes it in his spot. He's kind of old school, likes to keep the same thing doing every day, but he's my trading being. All right, buddy, go ahead. On your bed there. Well, welcome everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic morning. Welcome to Market Mornings with Robert Roy. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type number one in the chat box, let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Fantastic. I am excited about the day, baby. I am. It's another whipsaw. Watch it. That's for sure. Keep in mind, as we go through this morning, everything is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice and or recommendations. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate that. He is a little cutie. He's my wife's boy, is what she calls him. He's her love, and he's definitely her dog. I mean, he waits for her. He knows. She's home at 3 o'clock. He knows about 2:30. He's sitting right in front of the door, just waiting for that door to open. It's like instinctively, he knows what time it is, right? Yeah, morning there, Jonathan. Appreciate it, everybody. Fantastic. All right. So remember, everything is for educational purposes. So let's go ahead and take a look at the markets. I want to go and look at all of the futures in the pre-market now. So let's go do that first. We have the unemployment report coming out at 8:30 this morning. Let's see. 222 versus 240. So we had less claims than expected. I would expect to see a little bit more of a move, but I'm looking over my shoulder. We've got CNBC on. 222 versus 240 is the numbers right now. I'm not hearing what Santelli is saying about it, but it almost looks like we're frozen. Yeah, we got a reprint there. But overall, from yesterday's bloodletting at the end of the day, right, and we just fell apart. First case of Omicron hits the U.S. and what do? Kaplunk. Did we not think it was going to come here? Did we really believe in the run up yesterday that we were never going to see this thing here? The stupidity sometimes of people is insane. Fauci, all of these people touting it and pushing it up. We're going to get it here. There's nothing you can do about it, right? Don't make the first cases here be the catalyst for the market crashing, right? And we had a 1,000-point shift in the Dow yesterday from the high down to the low, just shy, I think it was, of 1,000 points. But certainly marks it back again to that 900-point move we had the other day on Dow. But overall right now on the ES, we've got a slight increase from where we were, about 18 points. Again, you can't look at the exact price and say, well, it closed here, it's right here. It's only 6 points. It's not based on that. It's based on what the fair value should be. All right, so there's ES. YM right now is up 258 points. So it's a very slow grind up in the early overnight session here. And then we've just been sideways the rest of the time. NQ has not fared as well, though. NQ did have some increase going on in there. And since the European market by 4:30 a.m. Eastern, we've fallen apart there since the European, right? If we look at Bitcoin, we're at about 57,000 right now. So, they took a very similar path yesterday. They had a nice run up and a big push back down again. Just let's give it all back because Bitcoin won't work anymore with this new Omicron variant out there. Sorry, guys. I'm tired of the relentless news and clickbait garbage that the media does out there to drive this thing in a direction. Great point brought up this morning by a senator, congressman on CNBC, whoever it was, of do we report every new case of the flu? Oh, new version of the flu is out. I understand death rates and all of that, but at this point, I think we may be just kind of overbaking it a little bit. So when we look at gold right now, gold had taken a nice dip down and had to climb back up, and it's had a recent pullback again. But we're down about 8 points on gold. Crude, I saw something that there's going to be an OPEC meeting coming up on how OPEC is going to deal with production with this new Omicron variant out now. So that could be very interesting to what happens to the price of crude. We're at 65.5 right now on oil. And then we got nat gas, where we're just down less than 1%, about 0.5% on natural gas today. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and flip over and take a look at some candidates for you. All right. So as we get started here, guys, here's what I want to know. Right? Remember, I'm here. I did all the research for you. I'm going to hand you a ton of candidates that are potential trade setups. We're going to look at some of yours. So what I'd like you to do now is tell me, what is it that you traded yesterday? How did your trades go? How was the day yesterday? How'd you fare with what happened yesterday? Go ahead and drop it down in the comment section below. Love to hear about it. Love to talk about it. So right now, let's pull up our very first candidate. This morning is Snow, S-N-O-W. So when we look at Snow, that earnings come out on Snow. We're right now up about 44 points. Woo! What a great move on Snow, baby. I got to tell you, I love the move. Makes it harder to get great intraday premium if we're selling, but we can definitely be looking at selling, at buying rather. I mean, I like the move Snow made if we can get the right pattern, the right structure. So let me pull my option chain over here so I can keep an eye on prices while I'm looking at this chart here. So Snow is just relentless in their move up, right? It's been phenomenal for them. So there's our fib. Perfect. We had a perfect Fibonacci 4-step in there. We're sitting at 354 right now, so we're just above that 347.19, right? What I'd love to see today on Snow is a small continuation up, a pull back to that 347 and a bounce, and then we've got 360.5 as our resistance level in there, right? So I will be looking at call options potentially on Snow. I will also be looking at a bull put spread. If I can get that spread down below that 347 level, that's what I'll be looking. And if I could find it for today, even better. All right. Let's see. Very nice. Very nice. Alan traded Square yesterday. Paula, Apple with an 18% profit. Awesome. Very good, Paula. Alan said he traded W-Day. W-Day worked. And MasterCard, MA Master, right? Alan, you are just full of them today, huh? SQ Square, W-Day worked, and MA Mastered. Good deal. Awesome. That is awesome. Jonathan said, fared well. Starbucks short, stopped out for a small loss. Shorted rut with puts for big gain. There you go, Jonathan. I love the rut. I think it was a great opportunity yesterday. Robert said, took a bull put spread on AMBA, small profit, did well with Qs and SPY. AMBA was one from yesterday. So once again, good job. SPY, we talked about SPY. Today is Thursday. Yesterday was Wednesday. That means Tuesday night when I did my mastermind group, we talked about SPY in there. We had two candidates in there. SPY and Netflix is what we came down to. And we actually weaned it down. I made the group, our mastermind group, we took 8 stocks that I picked and we worked them down into 2. And we found the 2 best ones, which were SPY and Netflix. And when I call them ping pong trade, both of them have performed extremely well yesterday and did exactly what we wanted them to do. They ping pong between 2 Fibonacci levels. So good job there on that one, Robert. And then John said put on SPX call spread in the afternoon that expired worthless for 40 cents. There you go. I love it. You guys are awesome, right? See, folks, if you're brand new here and you're looking at this saying, man, is this for me? Can I trade? Is there money to be made? You got students that are taking trades that we called out here, students that are taking trades that they have found on their own, found in other programs that we offer, like power option plays and such. Guys, you can trade this. If you put the time and the effort in, you can learn how to do it. I have taught people with very little grasp of the English language. I have taught people as young as 9 years old. It doesn't matter. You can learn how to do this. All right, so Snow is numero uno, right? Big airplane is next. Now, Bloomberg made an announcement on Boeing. I guess a contract that they've got with somebody right now has been resurrected potentially on 252 other flights or planes that they had ordered and canceled, I guess, with COVID. That's kind of coming back now. They're increasing another order that they have out there. So Boeing has taken a bit of a push to the upside right now. They're up 10 points. At $200, I'm a big fan. right? Let's look at Boeing here on the end of day chart. So big push to the downside, right? Recently on Boeing. Why? COVID, air travel, airlines are not going to need as many planes any longer, right? Blah, blah, blah. For right now, and so forth. So let me try to make it as big as I can. All right, so I can see the entire Fibonacci there. I'm going to have to zoom in on it, though, right now. So when we look at big airplane, we're sitting at 198. We'll call it 198, right? So we're right here. So look at the position we're in right now. We're above that 200. We're right below that $200 level. Right above us is that 200 and that 203.80, which is what I would call a blue zone. It's an area of strength, right? Whether it's bullish strength or bearish strength, it's strength. And if you want to know where the phrase blue zone came from, go read the book called The China Study. And nothing to do with the market, by the way. And that area of resistance in there is compounded with the 8 moving average. So that 8 moving average, the fib line and the 100-point level is concerning. So good news on Boeing, whether it holds or not, or it's good enough news because it talks about that contract. If I get a rollover here, I'll take the bearish trade. If I don't, I'm not interested in taking anything on Boeing. Good news doesn't mean good trade. It just means there's good news out about that stock. That news could flutter away tomorrow. FIVE, 5 below. No below on this one, baby. They crushed it. 20-point move on earnings for 5 below, FIVE. I will be looking at a bull put spread. I will also be looking at potential on a call option. Let's go see. 5, FIVE. All right, so we've got a great fib move right here on 5 below. We came down to the 618. Thank you, Lord, and we bounced. But Rob, that was the earnings. It drove it down, and guys, I'm telling you, 618 is 618 is 618. It doesn't matter. It didn't drive because of earnings. The earnings are driving it up today, right? So right now on 5, FIVE, we are sitting at about 210, we'll call it. Right? So we're sitting at 210 right now. Let me just, again, put the option chain over here. I can see it. So we're sitting at 210 right now. We are, wow, look at that move. We went 1, 2, 3 standard deviations. So we're above that 208 level. See, I like that a lot. Because now the opportunity is, do I take a bullish trade? Well, give me the pullback to the fib line on the bounce. And yes, I've got an opportunity to take that bullish trade, right? Can I take a credit spread? Absolutely. Underneath any one of these fib levels is what I'd be looking for. In an ideal world, I'd be able to get down below that 186.55 level. So 185. I just don't think we'll have any premium left today after a 20-plus point move on the stock. All right. So, but I like 5 below a lot. OKTA. OKTA, they had earnings come out. Now, guys, I've got them on my list. Am I excited about them? No. They drove down last night. Might have been pre-earnings. I think the earnings came out a little bit later on, but it drove it up, and they've just gone sideways, right? So right now, when you look at it from their close, they're about $6.50 up. Great and fine and good, but they've gotten there and went sideways. That move down, move up, I don't know enough about it. I don't really plan to dig into the news on this. It would take me way too much time every day to dig in. The pattern tells me everything I need. If I can get a continuation push higher, then I might be interested. So let's go look at a daily chart of OKTA. OKTA. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, baby. Yeah, they're sitting right now at 205. We're kind of in, all right, so we got above this ABC level. We're kind of in between here, but nothing about this. Got that on there. Nothing about this really excites me at all. If anything, if the news continues to push up, I would be looking to do something on a bounce off of that. Now, man, it's tough, guys. I'm looking for intraday setup. I'm not even looking to do a credit spread on it. If I can get an intraday setup, I might consider it, but it certainly is not one of my favorite candidates today. One of my favorite companies is Apple. love Apple as a trading stock. I don't care about them I think they're a good innovator as a company. I don't use their product, their phone. My kids, my wife do. They're all hooked on everything: computers, phones, tablet, everything. They've got is iPads, iPhones, stuff. But Apple came out. They told their suppliers, we may see our iPhone sales starting to slow this upcoming year, so we may want to back off a little bit, which has driven them down a little bit. Now on Apple, they've recently hit some all-time highs, right? Yesterday. Where are we right now? We're down to 159. So we're right now at the support level. Aha. Look, guys, look at that support level. I'm going to bring it in, baby, right? Really tight. We are sitting right now just above this. We're sitting at 159. So actually right below it. We're just below that fib level right now. So what do I need to have happen? I need this. If we're looking at Apple, again, how much is this news going to affect them into the rest of the day? Am I interested in taking a bearish trade? If we can pull down a little more, retest the 160 and bounce, we've got the opportunity for a ping pong trade, right? Which basically means we could trade between two fib levels unobstructed. We have no moving averages, no other fib lines, no 100-point levels, nothing that would slow us down in there. If for some reason this news becomes muted and we start to move up, retest the 160 and a bounce. Either way, I'm probably looking just at a call or a put today, and it would be a day trade. And guys, here's the greatest thing about it, right? Look at Apple, right? I can buy an option today on Apple, $160 stock, and I can buy that option for about 16 bucks. Actually 15 bucks on a call option. If we're trading the put options, let me get some more strikes. If we're trading the put options here, we've got a 69 delta. Boy, it just seems like the numbers are probably off a little bit with what they're doing with resetting with pre-market, but everything, and the reason I'm saying is everything is at a -1, which means a 100 delta. These are not all 160 is not a 100 delta at all. All right, so numbers are off on the premium, so I'm not going to really see what it is, but very inexpensive. I'll be looking at buying a call, buying a put on Apple today, depending on what it does, right? But I love that it's near that 160 level. That's the most important thing. How many of you trade off of Fibonacci's? Let me know in the chat box. You can tell me yes, I do, or no, never used them before. I like them, I don't like them, whatever it is. Let me know down in the chat box, guys, how you like these, or if you like fibs, and maybe if so, why. Land's End, LE, right, is earnings. So their monthly options on LE, not that excited about it. So the hash marks that came about early in the morning, we're starting to get a little bit more favor now. So we'll be looking at potentially a bear call spread on LE. Could be a put option also. It really just depends on what the day chart looks like. Yeah, the day chart looks bad, right? So we're down $4 right now. Let me see. We've got a fib that we can draw on here from right here. To here, and let's scrunch this puppy down. We moved $3 a day. We need a fib it in here, so let's go ahead and put in a -136. All right, so we are sitting right now at 18. So actually, we're just below that fib. So pull down a little bit more, retest that 1872 and fail, and 1875 is our target. Once again, only monthly options and big increments, 250 on this $20 stock. So we're looking at see everything here, delta -1, all full 1 delta, right? So not helping us much. We're probably looking at that 22.5, 25 put is what we'll be looking for, right? Probably 22.5 is what we're looking at. So for that, okay, let's see. Frankie said, yes, I use them. Kevin said, I try to. So far, so good, Alan said. Paula said, I try to do it. Andrea said, I like how the fibs work, but have yet to use it. Sean said exclusively. I know that, Sean, right? Excuse me. Robert said, got smoked at the close on Rut Iron Condor. Good news is I kept the risk low and not a major ding. There you go. Excellent. That's good. They will help with that, Robert. They really do give some great insight to what's going on a candidate, without a doubt. All right, so Land's End is any $17 stock I'm not crazy about, unless it's bullish, because then I could do covered calls and naked puts. And if it's got monthly options only, I'm really not as crazy about it either. Less crazy. Last one is DG. So Dollar General, while I am getting this one set up, guys, drop the candidates in that you want me to take a look at. This is the time of the show that we're going to go through your candidates and analyze the things that you want to see today or that you're potentially looking at. Help you and it'll help me. I may find something that you come up with that I really like and that I look at potentially trading. So right now on DG, we're down about $7. They've got, so Dollar General, right? Dollar store, low cost. They right now have 30 pop-up or pop something stores that they've got open, which are higher end stores, higher end areas, wealth type areas. They're looking to open 1,000 more of them up. I think it goes against their natural path as a business, and the market doesn't like it. Wall Street doesn't like it, so we've seen them drop down today. We're looking at a potential bear call spread. Could be buying a put option on DG also. Let's go take a look. But you see the thought process? I don't need to look at the chart. I know in my head, these are the two potential setups I'm looking for today. When I come back and look at the chart now, let's unscrunch. So when we look at DG, we're down at 216 right now, which puts us right at that fib level. I'm not taking anything bullish on it, not with where it's located. So what do I want to do? I want it to break the 217.5. Well, actually, it's at 216. So I wanted to retest the 217.5 and fail, and 212.5 is my target. So I'll be looking for a bear call somewhere above the 217.5. Could be above the 223 or 222.5. I just don't think I'm going to get anything that high up and still get enough premium on it. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at your candidates today. So Felicia's asking for you. Only you. No, I will not. I will not grace you with my wonderful singing capabilities. Not. Let's go draw a new fib on you. Unity Software. All right, so they're sitting at the 618 right now on the daily chart. Let's go look here at where they are intraday. Kind of flattish. They're up about $0.50. So we've got that H pattern. Guys, the pattern I'm talking about, what I'm looking at is this upside down H, right? And I didn't open up my drawing tools. I've not needed them yet, but I do now, apparently. So let me go ahead and get that started. And it's just a tool to draw with. That's all. I just wish the software that we used actually had drawing tools in them. So what's, look at an H, right? That's a regular H. A Fibonacci H looks more like this. That's a Fib H, right? Well, an upside down H, Fib H, looks like this. And that's the magic number. That 174.97 is what we're looking for. That move to that level. We've got a confluence after 153.34 with the 55 EMA, which is right down here. We are right now at 152.22. We're up 54 cents. So I need to get above that 153.34, retest and then bounce. Right? If I can get the bounce in there, then I'll take the bullish entry. If we break and continue to push down below that 618, then all I'm looking for is the retest of the 153.34 and the fail, and that's the entry. So I am not sitting here saying bull, 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 bull. No. Let the chart, let the pattern, let the market tell you how you want to trade this one today. All right? So Felicia, I hope that helps on you. And then Square, which we have done extremely well with lately. Another ping pong opportunity yesterday on Square. We moved well between those two fib lines in there, right? Square's fib is done, right? There's nothing in here that that says this fib still works for us. We need to redraw, but we don't have a place to redraw just yet. So we've got to work, through this until we do. So in the meantime, what do we do then? I've got an old fib drawn back here, and we're going to use that. Day trade only on this one. Felicia, if I can get a small bounce off of the 192.21, actually, let's go look at where Square is in pre-market. So we're down about $2. Okay, so we're at 192.5 right now. So, all right, we're right at that fib line, that one line. If we break, retest, and fail, I'm looking at 173 as 173.5 as my downside resistance, my support rather. So somewhere up above there, 175, 5.5, something like that is going to be my target. If we get an intraday bounce, we're looking at 200 as our target. So I hope that one helps. Those help for you, Felicia. Felicia said, yes, definitely helps. Still learning to draw those fib lines. So remember, Felicia, if you haven't already picked it up and gone there, let me share this with you guys. Sean, if you could drop in the Trading Like a Boss address. Felicia, make sure you go here and get this free. It's 3-part training. It's about an hour long on fibs. It definitely can be very helpful for a newer trader or an existing trader to learn exactly how we utilize these. All right. So, and then there's other free stuff on there as well. Let's see. Paula's asking for AA. Oh, so so I've got a descending triangle drawn on AA, right? Top's coming down, bottom's holding. Yesterday, boom, chaka-laga-laga. Fails, bursts right through it. Guys, did we see it coming? Yes, we saw it coming. But did we know yesterday was the day? Well, look at how many times we kind of broke that level, right? And we could tweak that level just a little bit. I would come maybe off of that bottom right there 2 days ago, and we would miss here, but all of these still hit. So we broke. What am I looking for? Let's go look at AA. And right now, AA is trading. It's up 33 cents at 44.11. So get me back to the 45.5, fail, and I'd be looking at a bearish opportunity on AA. I'd probably go long and then a day trade. It's really not a day trade item for me. I'd be looking a little bit further out. Right. I hope that helps, Paula. Kevin's asking, can we look at NVIDIA? Oh, all day long. I love NVIDIA. Great trading company. They are on one of my must look at every day lists. Right. So NVIDIA right now is down 235. So they're at 312. Right now, so we're kind of in the middle, Kevin, right? So what does that do? I could do a credit spread on here, but I don't really have a good basis for taking one. We're in a bullish neutral bias. The markets are up. NVIDIA is down a little bit. Get me back above the 323, a bounce and an increase, bounce, and I'll be looking at a bullish trade with a call. I'll be looking today, intraday, Kevin, for pivot points to find places to trade off of here. But 308 is my downside target if we do find something to take bearish. So hope that helps. Alan's asking for Amigen. I think my dog is camera shy. He has stayed away from me completely ever since I put him on camera there. He hates it. You take his picture, he knows it. He can't stand it. He can't stand it. So Amgen, let's see what they're doing intraday. We need to scrunch this down. So they haven't made a print yet. So we got nothing right now on them. So if we continue the downward push on Amgen, and this was Alan, if we continue the downward push, retest that 200 and fail, Alan, 193.5 is our downside target. I think Sean did well on this one yesterday. I think it was. Let's see. Oh, you couldn't find my daughter saying. I got to look for that. Say, hey, I'll find it. Making a note. I'll find where it is. It's on a different channel than it's not on the Wealth Builders one. So, Financial Prep said, when you see a fib level, what's the first word that comes to your mind? Like the 236, for example, I think consolidation. So 236, I think hesitation. It's the very first word. It's a hesitation level. 236, 764. 764 is not a real fib number. It's 786. I use the 764 because it gives me a pure confluence between those two levels. And I find the hesitation factor much more valuable at the 764 than at the 786. You could use 786 and you won't see much of a difference. I'm more of that perfectionist of how I like to trade them. So I want things a certain way. So I found, 15, 18 years ago that this 764 worked much better for me. So I think hesitation. When I see H, right away I think of the golden ratio, H, the 618. It's the H pattern, right? I see that golden ratio. When I see the zero line, I see a zero line breakout. Zero line to me, when we push through this zero line, I'm looking for a failure, a retest, and a drop, and I'll take the retest drop all day long, right? So absolutely, Financial Prep, I agree. There are certain things that every line we want to look at. Robert said, don't trade fibs, don't have access to them on my web-based platform. Yeah, what platform are you using, Robert? TOS does, TOS has fibs, Robert. You may want to check into that. I'm 99% sure that TOS has fibs. Sparky, you're back? You're back? My boy is back. So AMD, big AMD fan, guys. I'm a big AMD fan. Let's see. Right now, pre-market, AMD is down $1, so nothing crazy there. So we push down 148. We've got 147 as our support with our 21. So a lot of caution here on AMD. I don't have a good clear signal right now. The overall bias is still of bullish nature. It's bullish neutral because we're below the 8, above the 21. But I really would like to see this get back above the 156 to take a trade. And I don't have a clear path breaking here. So now I needed to break 147, which means it's going to break, retest, and fail. So I'm at 146, out at 143.44. I don't have a lot of room down at that 142.47. So a little bit of caution on the downside for AMD, Robert, but I definitely like the upside potential. Yeah, Sean, my girlfriend hates me on camera. Maybe she's embarrassed to be seen with me. Can't blame her. I get you. I get you. When you say pivots, what do you mean? How do you get pivot points? So depending on your platform, Kevin, let's see. So right here, I've got pivot points. These are these person pivots? These might be persons pivots on here. Pretty sure. Yeah, they are. These are person pivots, right? So they are free on TradeStation. TOS has pivot points, but they're an intraday setting that works off of yesterday's high, low, and close. Take those three, add them up, divide them by 3, and that gives you a pivot point, our blue line on Zoom here, this blue line, right? My mouse is. And then you get support 1, support 2, resistance 1, resistance 2, and so forth. Yeah, Robert said, great fibs on TOS. Okay, excellent. Yep, if you're using it on Ameritrade, they may not have it, but Thinkorswim does. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I hope it was helpful, right? Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. And guys, if you really want to crush it, if you really want to take this to the next level, right? I'm doing a training, one of them tonight, on how to trade. It says Covered Calls Uncovered is the name of the class. Sean, if you could drop that link in there. But it is all about selling premium. It's all about cash flow. And I'm going to show you with a very small amount of cash exactly how you can generate tremendous rates of return. I wish my mentor, who I love, he's phenomenal to me, what he's done in my life. His name is Vaskin Martin. I wish he would have taken me aside and said, dude, just trade cash flow right now. Forget about going after the home runs. Just focus on cash flow. I would have many more zeros in my account today than I do had I just followed along with that. And I'm going to share that this evening in this free upcoming training called Covered Calls Uncovered, right? So check it out, guys. It's tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then on the 7th at 12 p.m. I haven't done this in probably 4 years. I haven't done a training on this before. So take advantage. I'm not sure if we're going to record it, but you definitely want to be there. We only have 1,000 seats available. So I would say register, because once we hit it, we're going to close registration down. Or actually, we close down about 1,500 because you always get some that show. But then I would say get in there early tonight if you want to make sure you get a seat. All right. So with that, have a great rest of your day. And I will see all of you tomorrow. Take care, folks. See you then. Bye for now.